Want to know a free open source tool to help you with automating Salesforce apps? Why is chaos engineering becoming such a hot area? And do you know that modeling is a great way to help with your security testing efforts? Find out the answers to these and all other end-to-end full pipeline DevOps, automation testing, performance testing, and security testing in this episode of the Test Guild News Show for the week of March 27th. So grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea and let's do this. This episode of the Test Guild News Show is sponsored by the awesome folks at Applitools. Applitools is the next-generation test automation platform powered by visual AI, which helps you increase quality, accelerate delivery, and reduce costs, what I think is the world's most intelligent test automation platform. But just don't take my word for it. Seeing is believing. So create your free account now by clicking in the link in the comment down below. And while you're there, why not leave a comment, subscribe, and get alerted every time I release a new episode. First up, automation news. So a hot topic that a lot of testers struggle with is how to do front-end web development testing. So I found a great guide for you, a new book by Eran Book. I believe it's his fourth book that I think you're really going to find some awesome insights in. Eran Book just announced that he released his fourth book and it is now ready for pre-order. And this book is filled with tips and best practices for maximizing the most out of various test automation platforms and gain a better understanding of the capabilities for web projects. So it goes over things like choosing the ideal tool or combination tools for testing your web apps, continuous monitoring the market to ensure that your developers are using the right tools. Also learn advanced test automation for your web app with sophisticated capabilities and a lot more. So thank you, Eran, for another must-have resource for the testing community. So another thing I know a lot of people have struggled with is how to do effective automation against Salesforce applications. And a lot of the solutions I've seen that have come out are pretty much vendor-based tools, which is cool. And I've heard a little bit about an open source solution for a while, but this latest LinkedIn post prompted me to mention it on the news show as well. So the name of the tool is TestZeus, and Robin just announced that they got a couple of requests to add some new features to it on top of some features that are already baked in right now. So TestZeus is a UI and API testing framework built specifically for Salesforce and has some really cool features like advanced utilities like auto locators, API integrations with REST APIs, intelligent weighting mechanisms specifically for Salesforce pages, and a bunch of other cool integrations as well. So if you do anything with automation with Salesforce, it's definitely a tool worthwhile of your attention to check out and see if it can help you with your current efforts. So definitely check that out as well in the first comment down below. I also found an article on Medium on 21 common issues you run into doing automation testing and some awesome mitigation tips on how to get around those common issues. This goes over 21 that the author has identified as a lot of companies and a lot of people struggling with. And it's broken out into four main phases or areas. One is automation planning, one is automation design, one is automation implementation, and the other one is automation frameworks and scripts enhancements with some cool mitigation things for each area that can help you overcome those particular challenges. So in my article earlier this year on the top trends I see for automation testing in 2022, I pointed out the area of cloud native testing as being an area that I see a lot of people investing money in and a growing trend that testers need to know about. And the way I usually find out if these predictions are right is if I see companies acquiring other companies or money being invested in certain companies that help in this particular area. So this next article actually ties into that prediction. And so in this money segment, Lightlytics raised $26 million to help DevOps teams continuously model cloud native infrastructure. And one of the investors or partners mentioned that they invested in Lightlytics because its platform enables DevOps teams to transform the way they operate cloud environment simulations by combining infrastructure as code practices with the speed of continuous integration and continuous development. And this is a massive technology undertaking that will become an essential part of every DevOps toolkit. So that's a key word here. The essential part of every DevOps toolkit. So as more companies are moving to cloud native applications, we need to learn how to test them better, and we need tools to help us with that. So this is one of the many tools we'll probably see in 2022 and beyond that actually is going to help focus on cloud native testing and helping with cloud native apps in development in that environment. So definitely something to check out in the first comment down below. And in this next article, I found a survey that actually dives into some reasons why developers are embracing testing more and more. And this survey is by PractiTest, and they say that this year's report shows changes in the way software developers think about testing, highlighting a shift in the way testers perceive their role, and includes a new section on the impact Agile and DevOps play on testing. And some key findings that they actually pull out is 60% of respondents believe that DevOps and Agile processes lead to testing being more organized and stable. 2/3 reported the collaboration with developers is improving when applying DevOps processes, and more than half noted that they were having fewer serious bugs making its way into productions, while 1/3 reported that non-testers are involved in testing activities. And the report goes into more detail on these type of developments, so if you want to check it out, definitely probably worthwhile to download the report and dive in a little bit more. Next up, performance and site reliability news. So this next news item is a free webinar resource that I noticed that Scott Moore is involved in for helping ensure Citrix applications perform under pressure. In this webinar, Scott Moore, along with Chuck Schneider, are going to go over learning how to avoid user experience and unexpected outages for your Citrix deployed applications, how load testing reduces the risk of deploying applications and increasing production, and finding how to apply a proven testing methodology for load testing that brings great results. If you're into anything with performance testing, definitely check out this webinar. And if you haven't already, definitely give Scott Moore a follow. All right, so last week we covered how LoadRunner actually started incorporating Gremlin, which is a chaos engineering solution, into the latest release of LoadRunner. And I said this is probably just the beginning of a bunch of other companies doing the same, because chaos engineering is really a hot area, especially as we go more cloud native. We need to be able to test things that are kind of outside of control and things that we may not be able to predict. And the way to do that is using some sort of chaos engineering technique. So this next article is about an acquisition, about a company that acquired another chaos engineering company. So Harness announced that they have acquired ChaosNative to bring chaos engineering to software delivery. And Harness, if you don't know, is a continuous integration and delivery platform for engineering and DevOps teams, and it's expanding into chaos engineering with its acquisition of ChaosNative. And as always, whenever I read articles on acquisitions, I like to find out the reasons why, because it gives me insight into where most people are thinking in this area. And one of the reasons why is they've seen a lot of enterprises continue to struggle with the reliability as a result of ever-increasing scale and complexity of their distributed systems, and chaos engineering provides a great solution for these types of issues. So expect to see more and more of these types of acquisitions and partnerships going on in 2022 as chaos engineering becomes even more and more important. Next up, security news. So once again, this is a money segment. Application security testing startup ForAllSecure raises $21 million. And so AllSecure's mission is to test the world's software automatically for exploitable bugs. And the company's platform delivers an autonomous security testing solution that maximizes development productivity by integrating layers of security testing into continuous workflows. So definitely a company to check out and learn more about these type of solutions to help you with automating some of your security testing efforts. And so another way people can create better secured software is actually having the developers more involved. And so this next article actually goes over how GitLab just announced a new partnership that does just this. Secure Code Warrior announced that it has joined GitLab's partnership program. And as part of the partnership, Secure Code Warrior will be making its learning platform capabilities available to developers on GitLab's DevOps platform, which helps support a developer-led security approach. The CEO of Secure Code Warrior says that developers are expected to deliver code faster than ever before, which can make security oftentimes an afterthought. However, if developers are getting actionable secure coding guidance throughout the workflow, they'll be enabled to find and fix vulnerabilities while taking the security knowledge to the next level. So really cool development. And I think this is a great way to actually have your developers more involved with security as they're in their IDE, getting guidance along the way, so you can find these issues before they even merged into your code branch. And so if you're a tester, you probably heard about modeling for automation testing, but how about for security? And that's what this next article is all about. And so the purpose of this article is actually to share a methodology for creating baseline threat models and explain why this is an important part of a successful security assessment. And so by the end of the article, if you read it all the way through, you'll be able to create your own baseline threat models for internal security assessments, understanding the value they could bring to your product's development cycle. And for links of everything of value we covered in this news episode, head on over to the links in the first comment down below. And while you're there, make sure to check out our awesome sponsor, Applitools, and check out their free account offer and discover how to take your automation testing to the next level by leveraging their real state-of-the-art visual AI. All right, so that's it for this episode of the Test Guild News Show. Once again, I'm Joe, and my mission is to help you succeed in creating end-to-end full-stack pipeline automation awesomeness. As always, test everything and keep the good. Cheers.